everyone, it is the Gaming Weasel back with another video. We're back with main builds, and funnily enough, for today, we're not going to be doing a main build. Today we're going to be doing, I guess an off build of Ashe. Now, Ashe is going to be our main warframe for today, and the main focus is going to be Fatal Teleport now. Or I guess Teleport is going to be our main aspect. Now, how you're going to mod him is mostly gonna be for Fatal Teleport and Seeking Shuriken. Now, the way I modded him was Steel Charge for extra melee damage, Prime Continuity, Vitality for that survivability, Stretch, Fatal Teleport because when you teleport to an enemy, you're gonna instantly do a finisher on him, and that's what we need. Transient Fortitude for that damage. Narrow-minded, Primed Flow, and Seeking Shuriken to take off enemy armors. Now, the thing that you have to keep in mind is I do not have an exile slot on him. I do plan to make one as soon as I make one for one. So you can put Power Drift in there or even Cunning Drift. Either one of those would be nice if I can find Cunning Drift. Cunning Drift does increase your range. So there you go, there it is. Increases 50% range. So you can maybe take off Stretch and put Intensify here, but it's not going to be needed. The build as is really good, and you'll see in a couple of seconds. And now the weapon that you're going to be needing for this is the Jat Kittag. Now it doesn't really require much to make. It's a pretty decent weapon. It does take a decent time as well, but it's a really good weapon. It is a crit based weapon, but also can be made for status, as you can see. I made it here. Now, I'm using Shattering Storm instead of Crushing Rune. I do have it, it's there, but I can't be bothered to change the slot. Now, the mod that you're gonna need is Vulcan Blitz, which is the Jat Kittag mod. Enemies explode on death, dealing 300 blast damage in an area of 6 meters. Prime Pressure Point Reach, Finishing Touch for that finisher damage. Vicious Frost, Violent Scourge, Condition Overload, Molten Impact. Now, reach is pretty much needed on this one, so you can even reach farther than 6 meters. So prime reach would be, as I said, well, I didn't say it, prime reach would be quite amazing. Now, the Void Trader is coming today, so you're probably gonna have your chance to get it if he brings it. Now this build is, as I said, mostly about teleport. Now, I'm gonna summon green enemies because I do not have bombards yet. I do have to scan them. Now, Grenadier enemies do have pretty high armor value, so that's gonna require me to actually first take off their armor. Now, I did pause the AI because you're gonna need them in a close area. Now, as you can see, I took off most of their armor, and now I don't have enough energy to actually teleport to them. That's really freaking smart. I should have picked up some energy. Oh, actually, we'll pick up some energy now, and we're gonna go to them. I did pause the AI because it does, as I said, make it much easier. Now, as you can see, it just decimates enemies. Now, it didn't kill him because he had armor. Now, with infested enemies, this is amazing because the blast just decimates them. And you have to keep in mind that these Grenadier are level 110. You're mostly never going to come across this, but if you do, you have Seeking Shuriken, which is going to help you. Why did I jump off? It's going to help you. Now, I did use this in the plains as well. It is decent in the plains, but you have to keep in mind that enemies are further away from each other in the plains. So, that's one thing that you have to keep in mind. Now, as you can see, it does kill them in this little short area. I will summon 9 enemies now, but it's going to take me a little bit more time to actually kill them. So, we're going to summon 9 enemies instead of 6. So, let me just put that. There you go. 9 because it makes, like, almost a semicircle. So, let's just go invisible. Now, that should have taken off everyone's armor, but if it didn't, let's go. As you can see, it just decimates enemies. Now, as you can see, there was a couple of enemies with armor, and they did die. As you can see, everyone actually died. So, this build is really amazing. The way I prefer you use this build is everywhere really except the plains. Now, the plains, as I said, the enemies are further away from each other, so this is not gonna be as effective as in close range like this. But imagine you're doing an excavation or something like of the sorts, or maybe even an extermination. This is gonna be a really freaking awesome build. Now, as I said, Prime the Reach will help you out with that range as well. But as you can see, when I hit the enemies, I do a maximum, well, not a maximum, I do 60,000 critical damage, and nothing can literally survive that. So, yeah, that is mostly been it for the Ash Fatal Teleport build. As I said, you can go back and check out the build. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like. If you didn't, don't. This has been another episode of Main Builds, I guess, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.